Okay, students, this is my 37th session in unit number 4, that is foreign exchange risk. Okay, wherein I am going to discuss about future contract, its features, advantages, disadvantages, and the differences between the future contract and forward contract. Okay, myself, Dr. Dakshayani, working as an assistant professor in Government First Grade College. Okay, so let me discuss about what do you mean by future contract. A future contract again is an agreement between two parties, a buyer and a seller, either to buy or sell something at a future date at a certain price. Illi they are going to agree to the agreement wherein both the buyers and sellers they are going to either buy or sell something at a future date at a certain price. Okay, so a transaction takes place at a future date and also at a certain price. I am repeating, it is an agreement between whom? Two parties. Who are the two parties involved here? That is a buyer and a seller. That is who agrees to either to buy or sell something at a future date at a certain price. Future contracts are more standardized. So forward contracts are not standardized ಅಂತ ಆಗಲೇ ನಾನು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಸೆಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So future contracts are more standardized exchange traded contracts and they are subject to a daily settlement procedure. ಇಲ್ಲಿ daily settlement procedures will be there. That is why we say that it is a standardized exchange traded contracts. Okay, so future contracts are more standardized exchange traded contracts and they are subject to what? Daily settlement procedure. These future contracts are traded on what? Organized exchanges. So usually these contracts are traded on organized exchanges, but such organized exchanges do not exist in forward contract. So they are traded in three primary areas. First one, agricultural commodities, you find future contract, metals and petroleum, financial assets like you're dealing with shares, currencies, interest rate, etc. Okay, so this I'm repeating, this future contract is traded in primary areas like you have agricultural commodities, it exists in agricultural commodities, metals and petroleum, and of course financial assets such as shares, currencies, and also interest rate, etc. Okay. Now let me discuss what are the essential features or characteristics of this future contract. Firstly, it is highly standardized. Futures are highly standardized contracts that provide for performance of contracts through either deferred delivery of asset or final cash settlement. Okay, so illi ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, so it is why it is called as highly standardized, because of the reason that they provide for performance of contracts. Here contract will be performed through either deferred delivery of asset, so they will postpone the delivery of asset or final cash settlement. Okay, so there will be deferred delivery of asset and also final cash settlement, and the transactions will be recorded on daily basis. That is why it is called as what? Standardized. The second characteristics is that future exchanges. These contracts trade on organized future exchanges with a clearing association. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, the association, that is you have an organized associations, okay, that acts as a middleman between contracting parties. That is, here future exchanges will take place with the help of the organized associations, and these organized associations will be acting as an intermediary or a middleman between both the contracting parties. Who are these contracting parties? Both buyers and sellers. That is why we say that future exchanges. Margin. Contract seller is called short and purchaser is called as a long. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, whenever we are discussing about the margin, ಇಲ್ಲಿ seller is called as a short and buyer is called as a long. Both parties they pay margin to the clearing association. I told you in association, the association will be acting as a mediator or intermediary between buyer and seller. Avrige they have to pay the margin. They are called as clearing association. This is used as performance bond by contracting parties. Okay, so this is called as a performance bond on the part of whom? Contracting parties. Who are the contracting parties? Here they are called as short and long. So seller is called as a short, buyer is called as a long. They have to pay the margin to whom? The clearing association. Why? Because these future transactions takes place with the help of organized associations who are known as clearing association. Okay. Fluctuations in the prices. Price of the contract changes every day. So illi the prices changes every day. Okay. Mark to market. Okay, what do you mean by this? Margins paid are generally marked to market price every day. So ಏನು market price prevail ಆಗುತ್ತೋ every day the basis ಮೇಲೆ they are going to fix the prices. So ಅಥವಾ margins. So margins paid ಏನು margins pay ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ it is fixed as mark to market. ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು prevailing prices exist ಆಗುತ್ತೋ on that basis they are going to fix the margin. No counterparty risk. Forward contract alli you have a counterparty risk, but there is no question of counterparty risk in future contract. Transaction cost includes brokerage fees for buying and selling orders. So ನಾವು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ you are making use of the organized association. They are also called as clearing association. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬ್ರೋಕರೇಜ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಕೊಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ the transaction cost includes what? Brokerage fees which are paid for the buying and selling of the orders. Number of contracts. Illi the number of contracts in a year is fixed. So fix ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ what is the number of contracts. Now let me discuss about the advantages of this future contract. The first is it helps in risk management. So the first advantage is that it helps in managing the risk. It facilitates lengthy and complex production and manufacturing activities. So it helps in lengthy and complex production and manufacturing activities na madkobodu. It guarantees performance of the contract as there is requirement of margin amount. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟೆಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಯಿತಾ? It limits on price fluctuation and thus prevents speculation. But forward contract alli price fluctuation tumba ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಚುಯೇಷನ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ and thus prevents speculation. There is no counterparty risk. So of course one more important advantage is that there is no counterparty risk as it exists in forward contract. Now let me discuss about the drawbacks or the disadvantages of this future contract. Leverage can make trading in future contracts highly risky for a particular strategy. So yavaglu aste illi since we are trading in future contract, it is highly risky for a particular strategy. So future contract is for standardized product and written for fixed amounts and terms. Illi we are dealing with only the standardized product, and it is also a contract is written for what? Fixed amount and also for a fixed terms. Lower commission costs can encourage a trader to take additional trades and lead to over trading. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಟ್ರೇಡರ್ ಇಟ್ ಎನ್ಕರೇಜಸ್ ಎ ಟ್ರೇಡರ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್. ಇನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ನ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ ಲೀಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಓವರ್ ಟ್ರೇಡಿಂಗ್. Definitely over trading. It creates a sort of burden on the part of the traders. This is acting as a drawback. It offers only a partial hedge. Okay, so it cannot ensure complete hedging, but there is a partial hedging. So it is subject to basis risk which is associated with imperfect hedging using futures. Okay, so it is subject to the basic risk which is associated with what? Imperfect hedging using futures. So I told you partial hedging irutte matte imperfect hedging irutte. So this is a drawback of this future contract. Now let me discuss another important topic, the differences between forward and future contract. So ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡೈಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ನ ಡೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮೈಸ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಟೇಲರ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸು ರೂಲ್ಸು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ. ಬಟ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡೈಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್. Second one, publicly traded. So future contract is publicly traded, but forward contract is not traded publicly, but provided it is traded privately. That is public domain irodilla elli forward contract alli, but you have public domain in future contract. Daily settlement of profit and loss, which is known as mark to market. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಡೈಲಿ ಸೆಟಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆರ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಏನೇ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಅದು ಡೈಲಿ ಸೆಟಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಟು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆರ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟಿಲ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಏನೇ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಏನು ಲಾಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿ ಆಗೋವರೆಗೂ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟ್. Trades at future exchange. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ trading takes place at future exchange, but ಇಲ್ಲಿ trades at over the counter exchange. Over the counter OTC ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, over the counter exchange ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ trades at over the counter exchange, but future contract ಅಲ್ಲಿ trades at foreign exchange. Future contract ಅಲ್ಲಿ no default risk, but ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ರೇರ್ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಆಗಲೇ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ದ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪೇ ಟು ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾರು ತೊಗೋತಾರೆ? ಕ್ಲಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಹೌಸಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು ತೊಗೋತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರೋ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್, ಬಟ್ ನೋ ಕ್ಲಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ನೋ ಕ್ಲಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್. Future contracts are open to general public as they are traded on future exchanges. So definitely these future contracts are open to what? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ public domain ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. It is open to general public because it is traded on future exchanges. But financially sound and credit worthy parties only can enter into forward contracts. So forward contracts, they are not subject to what? That is, they are not open to general public. ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಸೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲಿ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ವರ್ದಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಥವ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ನ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಥವ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ parties have indirect contract between them. As exchange, write a contract in between both parties. That is, the exchange collects the payment from one party and transfer to another party. Illi parties have indirect contracts between them. So direct contract irodilla, indirect contracts between them. As exchange, write a contract in between both parties. Okay, so illi exchange is going to write a contract in between both the parties. The exchange collects the payment. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ exchange ಯಾರು mediator ಇರ್ತಾರೋ they will collect the payment from one party and transfer to another party. But in case of forward contract, both parties have direct contact, okay, between them, and payments are also handled by them independently as per their own terms and conditions. ಇಲ್ಲಿ payments ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ಬರು ಅವರೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ, ರಿಸಿಪ್ಟ್ ಅವರೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ, as it is being determined by their own terms and conditions. Why? Because it is tailor made and it is not standardized. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್, ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೈ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಆರ್ ದ ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇನ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಪೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮನಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಒನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅನದರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ. Parties can anytime enter into opposite transactions before expiry. So expiry period expire ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ they can enter into opposite transactions. Okay, opposite buyer can become a seller, seller can become a buyer. ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಜನರಲಿ ಇಂಟೆಂಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಟಿಲ್ ಮೆಚುರಿಟಿ ಆಗೋವರೆಗೂ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌವೆವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಟು ಎಂಟರ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಜನರಲಿ ಇಂಟೆಂಡೆಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಟಿಲ್ ಮೆಚುರಿಟಿ. ಇದು ಏನು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದು ಹಂಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ದ positions. Opposite transactions can be made, or there are every chances that for party to enter into opposite transactions before the expiry, but the only thing is contract has to exist till its maturity. Okay, it offers the parties liquidity, and here there is liquidity which gives them a means of buying and selling the contract. Since forward markets are intended to be in force till maturity, so they don't provide liquidity. So maturity vargu kaibekagutte. So then you cannot easily convert it into cash in case of forward contract, but there is a sort of liquidity in case of future contract. So bega daily transactions nadiyodrinda you can ensure high liquidity in case of future contract, and such liquidity cannot be ensured in case of forward contract. So with this I will be ending this PowerPoint presentation, students. Okay, so this is my presentation with regarding to the future contract. Okay, thank you.